Here it, we are live. Can you tell? Did you see?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's going to make a great still when I was making that wacky face. I'm imagining this is.
I always love when there's funny things after for the video. Today, we are talking about local SEO. If you're joining us, we're going to get right into it so that we don't waste any time. If you're joining us, pipe in, say hi. If you're catching the replay, pipe in, say hi. And Phelan, let's talk about SEO, local SEO. So fun.
Yeah.
What you got
Yeah.
for me,
Local
babe?
SEO. Well, felt like, we should cover local SEO because there's a lot of local businesses. It's a big one. And what you do for a local business is going to be different than what you do for, like, if you're doing content marketing or any type of SEO like that. And so we're looking at, like, what's changed, because I know that the AI has really changed how people do the content marketing. But how has that trickled into local SEO?
Ooh, that's a good
And
question. That is a good question because
that's why we're here.
now, so how would we describe local SEO? Is it an add-on to SEO? So you're doing all the regular SEO things, and then you got this local component, right? And Google kind of started local SEO. I don't even know when local SEO started, but a few years back anyway. We got local SEO to help local businesses. And that's a lot of the maps and search, right? All the maps is local, no? Kind of. You see
Yeah.
local first. You see local first.
Yeah. So I think what happened is sequentially, like, they created Google Maps and they had mapped everything out. And then they have these businesses. Well, now they have to have a way that they can show up the businesses. And I know that they tried, like, a bunch of different ways, because there was something called Google Local. It was really old, and that just didn't take off. And they've been trying in, like, various ways to get businesses to optimize a listing of some kind with a location. And so I think, and then they stumbled on Google My Business, which is now Google Business Profile.
And that's like a combination of kind of, they're trying to add in, remember, do you remember Google, was it Google Circles? Google Hang? No, I don't know. Anyway,
It was
there's,
the Google Plus that had the
yeah.
circles.
And you'll see Bing is so nice. Just a side note, when you go over to Bing and you go to sign in, it'll be like Google Plus or like Facebook. You're
Yeah.
like, you guys, like really 10 years later, you haven't updated the name. Is that to give a shot to kind of Google being like, oh yeah, you remember Google Plus and how it sucked?
Well, yeah. I think it's like Google Plus is the logo they use for your Google sign in. So it's kind of like they didn't even bother updating it. They just sort of like did it once and they're like, yeah, this is good enough. All right, fine.
Right?
And they just kind
Okay.
of like walk away.
Right. So, okay. So why we mentioned Bing is because Bing has Bing Pages, Bing Plus,
Places.
Bing Places. So we do, that is the second most citation. It's an easy citation to create. So as local business, local SEO, where do you want to show up first and foremost? Well, it does depend on the type of business you are. But let's say just for the general population, when you search on Google for a business, what shows up in the search engine results pages? I think Facebook, Instagram, just the businesses, right? What else we got? We got where are you searching? Local maps. So Google
Hmm.
Maps, Apple Maps is a big one, and Google Bing Places, right?
Yeah, those are generally the big three. And then
Yeah.
what constitutes, like, your local SEO is, because we talked about address, that's a big component, is it's all location dependent. So it's when you're typing in plumber near me, you're looking to find all the plumbers that are within an hour distance of you.
Yeah.
And so that's
So
what Google is going to show you, because that, you're saying near me and they know your location, so they're going to show other people that are around you. So
do you know what I've started doing? A secret little hack of mine. It's maybe kind of silly. Relates to Google Ads. So side note and a quick tip for anybody: well, you can do a keyword location insertion in Google Ads. And so if you have a bunch of locations, and you can actually put in like the text that shows up if like Oak Bay, like the location is too long and can't fit in the 30 characters. So you do location keyword insertion and you use near me,
yeah, it's
right?
like a default, right? So just in
as
case you
as
don't
the
have,
default. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
there you
which I
go.
think is
That makes sense.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a good way to do that. And
Thanks. Not about Google Ads, so I know we jump around a little bit in here, but it's valuable information, so I thought I'd share. Right
yeah, exactly. So I think
now,
that one thing that did come up that we were looking at is like, what are the big changes? What are the big things that are different? Fortunately, a lot of things are actually staying quite consistent for local SEO. Like
it's
things that were
true.
happening last year didn't. So the AI thing hasn't affected it as much because of that location targeting. That's why we kind of talked about it so much. Is
Yeah.
because you can't really fake where
Well,
the
there's
Google Business profile is.
Yeah, I get all excited about this. So, just so you know, if you're joining us, we are doing a free live training on YouTube on February 8th at noon about Google Business Profile. And we'll teach you how to use it, how to do it, and what's important. And proximity is huge when it comes to
Yeah,
local SEO. And it's the one thing you can't control, right? You can't control how close someone else is to you and your
yeah,
business. And that's the search results, because every search result is different, right? That's the search result that person will see when they do their search if they're looking for something local, right? And most people are looking for something local. I mean, I don't know the exact stat from last year, but I do know, like, over the years, 30 to 40% of all searches are local, right? So, and they say like it takes, between a local search and a person visiting the location or buying something is about 48 hours, 72 hours. And like there's a high
yeah,
percentage of people that buy. So local SEO is huge for businesses. Yeah, we
yeah.
love it.
It's definitely huge. One other thing, so we talked about like making sure you have a Google Business Profile, making sure it's optimized. You
Ooh,
filled in all your
optimized.
keywords. You have all your services built out. You have your hours put in. You have the areas that you service. Make sure you do all that.
Ooh, you got your
Uh,
products. Do you know, I saw something interesting in there recently. So, one thing I don't think people realize is nothing online, your website, your Google business profile is stagnant. So, after you launch it, you'll be updating it, right? After you've made, like, so you should be checking your Google business profile monthly. Because new settings will show up. Now you can add all your social links, those coveted
mhm.
social links at the bottom of your knowledge panel, which is your business name and everything. At the very bottom, you can have YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook now. And it's just like a little setting that you can add them all in easily now. So that's nice. That's a new thing. And we had a client who has language. They have language options. So like how many languages do you speak? Can you serve people in basically? Like, and
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty exciting. I've only seen it on one American account.
yeah. It's definitely good to have, and I appreciate they're adding these like new kind of attributes about how you would interact with the business. And so, yeah, you definitely want to stay up to date. It's not just a one and done. You want to be checking on it monthly to make sure that is there a new feature, is there new things, like they have attributes like women led, veteran led.
Turn on
Um,
and off your hours too. That's
yeah,
a big one. And I say that because you have the opportunity to update on if you're open or closed. Now, how many of us have gone to a business that's been closed because they didn't update their hours or their hours on their website? Like where do we all look for business hours now? We just go to Google generally, right? And you check.
yeah,
And so if that's not updated, you're doing your clients a disservice. And it actually shows you in the fine print, the like little fine print that says owner updated or somebody updated like 24, 48 hours ago. So as a user that that's been updated and you feel good. A lot of the times it'll say hours may depend on, holiday, which
holidays or
means
yeah,
which
some
means
or
they weren't.
statutory holidays or yeah. So and it's definitely one that yeah, keep them up to date, keep it fresh. Freshness is always a big ranking factor with Google.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
like
know that
pictures, especially
pictures
for
are
real
good.
estate
Posts
agents.
of
Yeah.
like if you do anything of like, hey, we're having a sale this month, and then
Yeah.
that way it's an easy one for people to see. Like, oh, in February they're doing a sale on blah blah blah.
Right. I think there was somebody that the strategy for posting on Google Business Profile is pretty interesting because, yes, you can do the cut and paste from Instagram or from
Yeah,
Facebook. But hey, y'all, I see you here. You better pipe in and say hello. I got things I want to put on the screen. Uh-oh. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're already saying hi. Well, hi. So we were just talking about posting and strategy. The strategy for posting is to post your reviews. So make a pretty post on Canva, and you don't have to worry about the size of it, right? Try to make it square because that's what fits in Google. So do posts on with your reviews. Do posts on kind of case studies, not your big case study, but like if you see something, if you're a marketer and you see something in the stats, man, snapshot that, put your colors on it and post it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, right? That stuff is golden. Yeah, and I'm just going to go get the comments while you talk about Google Business Profile failing for a sec, because I just think I just went all crazy about it.
Yeah, the Google Business Profile, like using all the features, getting you and making sure you're using as much of them as possible is definitely worthwhile. Reviews are always a difficult one for people to get, but super important.
Laura's here. Sorry. Woohoo! Happy New Year! Yay! Found you guys. Sorry.
In Google, yeah. So with your reviews, make sure that if you're a brick and mortar location, that you don't get someone to leave the review at the location. You want them to go home and do
one.
it.
Yeah. And there are companies that sell, like, leave a review, like you've seen it at your dentist office or whatever. That is bad news bears, because Google looks at that like you've convinced people to leave you a review.
Or bribe them in some way, right? They figure, and it's mostly because some people did do that, and so they have to take. Yeah, it has nothing to do with any of the other businesses, but there's some that were acting bad, and so now they.
But they also say you can solicit reviews, which is interesting, because in the actual documentation, they have said, ask for reviews from your clients. That's why we do it all the time. So if you know us and we've helped you in some way, give us a review. 5-star would be preferable. We'll share the link. And you guys tell me what you think of this. I actually wanted to do something in the group where every week we do a post that says leave a review for somebody you've worked with. Just a reminder for people to leave reviews for other businesses and people, because it really, really does help. So I was going to do a post. Oh, yeah. So send an hour after you leave the location. Yeah, I would do that. I think that's a good way to do it. Put your review link on your invoices. Put it at the bottom of your email. Those are some of the things we tell our clients to do, which is really helpful. And be unapologetic about asking for a review. I mean, you got to toot your own horn if nobody's going to toot your horn, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it is a bit of a grind to get them, but you kind of, if you don't put in that effort, just like anything in business, like you're not going to get ahead. And so you've got to put in that effort.
If you help someone, the whole idea is if you help someone, you can ask them for a review because you've helped them. And that's in the documentation from Google, I do believe. What they say is
they say that you've had any interaction where you've been helpful. It doesn't specify that someone had to get paid. So if you just happen to help someone, a great thing to do is, and you're just like, I don't even want to charge them like it was, so quick, then just send them a review link, and then that's enough to, because you genuinely help the person, and so if they found it helpful, then they could leave a review for that. Yeah. And so that's perfectly
good. Does it matter if you send the review link as a pretty link? That's really interesting. I don't know. To be honest, I've had reviews go missing. I have a friend who I've left a review for who did some work for us, and I can see I've written the review, but she can't. Now, maybe that's because I work in SEO, and I think I set up some of her tracking. So I'm not sure if Google associates my business and my personal with her some way, and that's why she's not getting the review. I haven't tried pretty links. I would try that. I'm going to ask Jody, who's here. Jody, I see your beautiful face in the comments, but I do not see your beautiful face. It's a Facebook thing, and I want to know if I can change that, and if you have to like my Facebook business page to get your beautiful face, like Aura's face in there. I like it.
So the reason is because Jody's watching it from the group, and because the group is closed, Facebook doesn't know who isn't able to send that, whereas Aura is on our Seymour Digital Media Facebook page. And that's why she's got the information.
Rock stars. I'm glad you guys are here.
So to
Anyway,
answer the pretty link question, it shouldn't affect the pretty link because pretty link just does a redirect, so it won't affect them actually leaving a review because once they get there and they actually go in and type it, it shouldn't. They're there and they're already posting it, so it shouldn't
try
affect
it.
that
Give it
part
to
of
me.
it.
Have I given you a review? Send me your link. I'll give.
Yeah,
Yeah, I might have to try it
and
from a different profile so I don't screw it up because I know I might have helped you with your measure setup too.
and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you do a presentation, 10 people go review. Will Google think it's spam? Yes. So you don't like 10 people, I think you probably be okay with. What Google doesn't finds weird is when you have like big jumps in the number of like if you've got like nothing and
Review
then you have 100.
bombing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so any sort of if there's 10 people, I think it'd be okay, just have it staggered out as much as you staggered
That's
them.
so cool.
You know?
Yeah. Thanks, Jody. I guess you proved what I needed to know.
Yeah,
I'm working on my eCam game, guys. eCam, honestly, it's so great. Yeah. Did you like that?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
Okay, let's go back. So what's really important for Google Business Profile and local SEO? Google Business Profile is super important for local SEO. I think it counts for like
yeah.
36% of your local SEO. So then you want to do other SEO, like regular SEO and your technical SEO. Oh, yay. Hi, Jody. You are, and I love it. So local SEO. I wanted to say before we dig deeper, we are doing a live on local SEO training on February 8th. I mentioned it before, and yes, I am promoting it here because it is for you guys. So you can do your Google Business Profile yourself, and so you can feel really confident doing it. Yeah. So we're doing that on the 8th, but we're digging in here to talk about it a little bit too, to help people understand that it is really a really important aspect of your business. Did you know that like 90, well, okay, maybe not 90. Phelan, how many websites have, local SEO, characterized by pages and things like that and like on page SEO? Like when you go to a website, I guess what I'm trying to ask is when you go to a website, can you tell if somebody's doing less local SEO? And if you can tell, do you think that most of that person's traffic in analytics could show where their traffic is coming from? So there's two questions there.
Yeah,
One
so for the
website,
first
one
question,
dun dun dun.
the first question, can you tell if someone's doing local SEO? Yeah, you'd probably be able to see it pretty quickly, mostly because they'd have like areas that we serve, something like that. That'd probably be a good indication that
Of a
because they're trying
local.
to identify that like here's where I work, and so because of that, that'll let you know a lot about probably where they're located. Um,
I
and
think
then what was
local
the
SEOs are the best, or well, local businesses for when they're doing their local, it's very evident on their website, right? They're geo
yeah.
targeting with a keyword. Yeah, location. So they'll have location pages, and local businesses are really great for, they really do conversion rate optimization. So CRO, a little bit better than a lot of other businesses because they have one thing they want or two things they want from people. They want you to go to the website, they want you to fill out a form, call, or visit, depending on the business. So
Yeah. And
I
most
think
likely, if
that's,
you're going to a local business, what you're doing, I need a plumber. I want to get my carpets cleaned.
yeah.
Like you kind of know what you want to do. It's very like the intent is there, so it's still very effective compared to any sort of content marketing, which is it's just it's a tougher game right now in
Yeah.
2024.
I'm going to,
And
oh, go ahead. I got
I
excited.
was going to ask. There was a second part of your question that I forgot.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was going to get to that. So I'm just going to say, Aura, I see you're asking for the link. Yay. Well, I'll make sure that's in the comments. So if anybody wants to come to the live on February 8th to learn how to do their own Google Business Profile, let us know. And the second question was, Phelan, can I go into my Google Analytics and can
Oh,
I find out if I'm getting local business, like if I'm getting local visitors to my website from
um,
Google Business Profile?
yes. So what we generally do is when you add your link to your website, to add a UTM parameter. That's the UTM source is Google and the medium is GBP, so Google Business Profile.
Ooh, so
And
we
so
should
that
teach
will
people
show up in
this.
your. Yes, we probably should teach people this part as well. And so it's a simple, when you add the URL, it's just question mark and then UTM underscore source equals Google.
We'll
Uh,
write this out too if you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to add it. One of the interesting things that comes up is if you have a Google Business Profile and you want to use Bing Places, there's a click of a button where you can update Bing Places. And this is where you really learn the ease of use of UTM parameters, because when you update your Bing Places with that one click button, it'll update the UTM parameter to Bing or to Google Business Profile places. So you won't, in your analytics, it won't be giving the right source information. So you would have to update that. So that's why Phelan, I think, well, that and other reasons is why you've memorized the UTM parameters.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just sort of seeing them all the time. It's just sort of stuck in my head. And yeah, you definitely want to make sure that when you, yeah, don't just automatically update your Bing places. You probably want to log in there and manually check things as well, because I think that that's going to be just a smarter.
Every month. Yeah.
Yeah,
It can be really fun. I actually think you can make, no, this used to be true. I have to check my Facebook business page, but you can actually make your, like on your Facebook business page, you can have products. Yeah. And with little
mhm.
pictures and info. And you can, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not the Facebook specialist, but you can have little products on your Facebook business page, and you can match them on your Google business page profile so that you have your products there too with the branding, and so you can make them both look really nice. And the idea behind Google Business Profile is to connect to your website. We know that Google is, let's say Google's trying to make a clickless future. And what that means is that you get, okay, our dogs are going to bark any second now. So I might mute myself, but that was cute. Oh, mute, mute, mute. Ah.
Okay, so yeah, as the dogs decide to bark and cause consternation, I'm gonna take over with this part. And so, yeah, it's definitely one where you can do also stuff with connecting your Facebook page. You can also have the ratings there. If people are rating you really well, that can also show up on your Google Business Profile. I would say in the current set of what you would be, another thing you want to be focusing on as well is like citations. They still matter, your name, address, phone number across the web, making sure it's consistent. um, it's been slowly, I mean, people have been saying it's been decreasing in importance, but it still is a really good thing to have for your business, is to make sure that Google consistently, you reinforce the right name, address, and phone number for your business.
It's true. It's
And
true. I'm gonna cut you off because, like, yeah, that's true. It's true. I wanted to say, Phelan, for most of the websites we see, and when
yeah,
we go and we look in analytics, where's most of the traffic come from?
Google organic.
Okay.
uh,
Yeah, yeah, right. So, I mean, still, from what we can see in Google Analytics, most traffic comes from Google for all websites. I mean, I know people sell, like, a lot of coaches sell better on Facebook and stuff like that. But the reality is, everybody's going to your website to figure out who you are, right?
Yeah, and
And
and I think that the biggest factor is how much of a known quantity what you're selling is. So
and if
if
you
you're
can sell to
coaching,
your neighbor. But go on. Yeah, go on, go on.
but like if you're a coach, that's a little more complicated because I kind of need to know more about you as a person, and so that's why you kind of have to have like a content strategy and like maybe on YouTube and like kind of like you need people to get to know you before they're ready to buy from you. Whereas like if I'm hiring like a plumber, I know what a plumber is. I know what they're doing, and I know which situation I'm going to be like reaching out to them and what. And then basically it's down to like reviews, or if someone recommends a certain person, that's really going to be the factor that'll push it over the edge who I pick. But for the most part, you know, the a local business is going to be kind of a known quantity of what they are, right? Like, like, oh, this like local business is, they sell this. and then you kind of know, and then that's why you go and search for them. You're muted, honey.
I am muted. Sorry. I noticed that there are some things that I don't know how y'all are, but I still want to buy some stuff in person. Like, I thought I'd never buy shoes online, but I am buying shoes online. But, makeup I find really hard to buy if I'm buying makeup. I find it hard to buy online. I don't know what you all find hard to buy online, but there are some things you want to do in person still. Maybe that's our age. Maybe that's what we're used to, or maybe that'll change over time. But I know supporting local businesses is a big deal. And I know if, I think even if you're not a local business, but you're probably based locally somewhere, and that means you'll still show up in local search results, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. And I would also say that there could be ones of like the e-commerce. While it's not at the height of it was a few years ago, it's still a lot of the tools are still around and really helpful for local businesses to connect like their Shopify or their WooCommerce to their Google Business Profile, so you can like even show what's in the listings in your listing for products that you have.
ooh,
You
what is
just
that one we saw? What is that one we saw? So it was a company who had the bike shop. What was that
yeah,
special
Comox
thing called?
Valley Bike Shop, and they
And what did
had Pointy connected to there, so they had
Pointy?
live, like, so as they bought something, the inventory was updated in real time and then updated to their Google Business Profile. I haven't seen too many other businesses really apply
Do
that.
that? But yeah, I mean, now you can buy right in the shop in shopping in Google. So I'm assuming that one day you'll be able to buy right in Google Business Profile, and it's a great way to, as we click less for our clickless future, you know, when you're searching for something, it's really good if I can just click on your product and go right to that product page in your website. Or if
Yeah,
you have a post, maybe I can click on it and go right to your blog from the post on Google Business Profile, right? Maybe that's the intention behind the posting. I'm not sure. I think it's for to tout how great you are, and maybe to direct people to your inside your website instead of just going to your homepage, right?
yeah, that's generally referred to as deep linking, where it's like you're not just linking to the homepage, but you're linking deep into the website, into like a product page or a blog post that you want someone to just jump straight to this point.
Now, would that be considered an external link going? Like, would that be like external? It'd be a link going to your website. So does that count
It'd be
as?
just a no follow link. That
Would it be no follow? Would it?
Yeah,
No.
Google's links are all no follow. Same
Interesting.
as like their YouTube, like, well, because you could spam them, right? And so they would be doing these complicated things of, that if
Things.
they didn't do that, people would just be abusing the hell out of it, and you'd be like linking to, every page like 20 times with a post that would be coming out every 10 seconds, kind of thing. Like it would, someone would be really bad about it. So generally, they go with no follow for any of the links from Google Business Profile.
Interesting. Now, oh, today is February 1st.
Yep, all day.
Okay, all day. We're going to finish up our chat here talking about local SEO. If you want to know more, we are teaching Google Business Profile on YouTube February 8th. I know, beating a dead horse here. But let's talk about quickly, Phelan, before we go, what is happening next week, because the banner has yet to be updated.
Dun, dun,
I'll tell ya. Dun, dun,
dun.
dun. Okay, so next week I'm here. Uh, but I'm seeing February 1st. It's a lie. I'm not here. It's
Yeah,
Greg
it
and
is Greg.
Phelan.
Yeah, Greg and I
Doing.
are going to be talking about understanding WordPress themes and plugins.
Ooh, that sounds fun. And so that's what we're talking about next week. I love that you guys have joined us. We got a minute left. If you have any questions, we'd love to answer them. And if not, we're just going to ramble away here about how crazy this week has been. Has this week been crazy for you? It has been a lot. I know many industries are busy, and I know many industries are suffering. So where are you at? And like, how can we help you? Because I bet we could. Let's hang out. I'm like, yeah. So that's all I got. What do you got, Phelan? You got 7 seconds left. 7.
Okay, I've got 7 seconds. I think that, I think it's been a crazy month for us so far on our end, and we're definitely interested to hear more about what other people are going through and what's up with other people.
Yeah. If you are seeing this live, we do socialize in our Facebook group. It's a free marketing Facebook group called Cyberpunk Geeks Marketing Mixer. Every Thursday we do a live. Every Friday there's a happy hour after work where you can meet people on Zoom, talk about marketing and what's going on in your life. If you want to join us there, Rena hosts that. And you can find us in the group or on YouTube or our business pages. And we'll hope to see you next week. We'll be doing a live and it'll be great. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great weekend.